Mac. Return of the Mac. Right, Jenna? Let me show y'all something with my dog. Let me show y'all my little blind dog. This is my little blind dog. But her's happy as a clam. There we go, because I don't have a bra on right now. We moved out of the house that we lived in. And that house was the house that we used drugs in. And it is also not my house. So, I never felt like I could do anything because it was my mother-in-law's house. So, we finally moved out of it in November and moved into this place, our new place. And so, that's what gave me the courage to take on new things, was moving in here, okay? So, we moved in here, and I feel great. So, damn it, I broke it. So, we're living here, right? And life is going good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm working hard. And like I said, about 3 weeks ago, I was supposed to go get my medicine from the pharmacy. And I kept putting it off. Kept putting it off, kept putting it off, kept putting it off, kept putting it off. Okay? Every day I would say, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow, right? Well, tomorrow never came. And that's how I got off of Lexapro and Wellbutrin. And no, I am not on any other drugs except for Suboxone, which is by prescription. Okay? And I feel good. I'm proud of myself, you guys. I was chained to those medications for fucking a long time. And for me, I was tired of taking all of them. Listen, I won't never stop taking subs, though. I ain't stupid. Suboxone helped save my life, and I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play with fire. You know. So, I feel great, though. Isn't that awesome? I feel so good. I've been right here. Where have you been? I've been going live every morning doing makeup. Where you been? Where have you been? I went live this morning. Uploaded the video over onto my YouTube channel. It's a makeup video. We did my makeup together and we chit-chatted about life. It's all over on my new YouTube channel, you guys. So head on over there. It's linked in my bio. And go subscribe. Anytime you miss a live over here, it always goes over to YouTube. Because I have a lot of people that don't follow me here on TikTok. And they want to catch my lives. So I upload any live I do on any platform. I download it to my phone. And I go over and I put it on my YouTube channel. So if you miss a live, that's where you can catch it. The replay is always on my YouTube channel. So, yeah. I've just been chilling. Chilling like a villain, out to make a killing. Right, Neal?
Right on.
My husband's chilling with me today. He's my little snickle Fritz. I'll show you guys. For those of you guys that don't believe I have a husband, there he is. Isn't he so fine?
He's so fine.
He's the sweetest man that you'll ever meet. He's a natural redhead, as you can see. His nickname is Ginger Snap. I met Neal in 2012, and I was in active addiction, so was he. We were both in active addiction. We were both really bad off in our active addictions, actually. And when I met him, he had a fat-ass prescription for methadone. And I'll never forget it. I needed to borrow his truck one day to go to court. And so he let me use his truck. And he said, check the console, center console. I've left you a surprise. And so I checked the center console, and there it was. A methadone. I thought, I'm in love. That's how he won my heart, huh, baby?
Straight there. Straight to the heart.
What a love story. No, what he did to really impress me was the first night we hung out, we were going to the gas station, and I needed cigarettes and all that good stuff. And so we pulled up at the gas station, and I went to get out. No, he got out and got all the stuff for me and paid for it. That was one thing. But when I was going to get into his truck, he opened the door for me. And I paused for a second and thought, what the hell's going on here? I'm not Princess Diana. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He was like showing me that he respected me. And that was such a big deal, you guys, because I had never had a man do that to me before. Hey, Matthew. I had never had a man open the car door for me. Only my dad. And my dad used to tell me all the time when I was a little girl about how a man who really is a good man will treat you. And I had never in my 30 years of living had a man open the car door for me except for my dad. So when Neal did that, I was caught off guard and I was swept off my feet all at the same time. And he was just such a good man to me. Like from the day we started spending time together, he looked out for me. He made sure that I was taken care of. He made sure that I had everything I needed, whether it was like money or food or cigarettes, candy, because I have an addiction to candy. And ever since we have been dating, Neal, I like sweet, chewy candies. Yep. He knows. He knows. Ropes, remember when I first started?
Ropes or whatever.
When it first started, remember Chewy Sprees? Mm-hmm. It used to be Chewy Sprees, and everywhere we would go, I would send him in the gas station to find me Chewy Sprees, you know? And I would always talk to him about how it's the classic flavor Chewy Sprees, you know? And so, but he would always make sure that he got me the Chewy Sprees and just take care of me, you know? And I had never really had that before. The boyfriend I was with before my husband, I was with for like 6 years, and he was horrible. He's dead now. They are Lone Wolf, Chewy Sprees. I like the Sweet Tart Ropes. I like the chewy, sour, little ball. What are those ones, Neal? They're not, I can't, that's Paco barking.
Like gummy bears, or are you talking about the little, like...
The little balls that you brought home the other day that were chewy.
Those are just like the Sweet Tart Minis.
Sweet Tart Minis, yeah. And then I really like regular Haribo gummy bears. He jumped right up there.
Yeah,
he's been jumping like he's a young thing.
He's getting frisky lately.
Yeah. Look at these two. They are trying to get attention. Who can get the most attention, huh, Paco? Who can get the most attention from Daddy?
Give him a smile.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Paco's my dog, and Jetta's Neal's dog. When I first met him, he had Jetta. And he had 4 dogs when I first met you. 5 dogs.
No.
Because Sadie was still alive. 4. Sadie, Jetta, Gizmo.
There's Sadie and Onyx and Gizmo and Jetta.
Jetta.
Are the ones that I had.
Yeah.
And then Sadie, she was sick.
Paco's going to his perch. Mm-hmm. This is where he sits. So he can see out the window. Anytime you guys watch me, if I'm doing my makeup and I'm sitting here, 9 times out of 10, Paco is right behind me doing his little perching. He looks out that window and just make sure that the house is protected, huh, Paco? And every day when I take Paco with me to drop off Nate at school, the minute the guy opens the door to take Nate out of the car, Paco is in attack mode. He just knows that somebody's going to try and hurt our son. And so he barks at him every time. It doesn't matter. It's the same guy every time that gets Nate out of the car in the car rider line. No matter what, Paco barks. And so I just made a joke out of it now, and I say, attack! 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 Right, Paco? Right? Right. So anyway, yeah, when I met Neal, he was just he's still such a sweet person to me. Yesterday, he made me cry, and that's why I posted that video telling you guys that he sent me that song, to tell me that he loved me. What was our song that we used to, that was like...
Crimson and Clover.
The Crimson and Clover song, that was our song. Like when
Still is. It's a great song.
It is a great song. That's our love song. And we broke in his Xterra in the cemetery. When we were in active addiction, we used to be wild. And so we would go to different places to break in the Xterra. Because my husband used to have a silver Nissan Xterra when I first met him. And, yeah, we went everywhere in that fucking truck, you guys, everywhere. I remember that one time we lost a Roxy in the truck. Remember that? And we pulled out. It's still in that truck. Yeah. We dropped a Roxy in between the seats, and we were staying at that weekly place. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but something sweets where you could like stay for as long as you wanted to, like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Extended stay is what it was. And we dropped that Roxy, and Neal was pissed because, of course, it was his Roxy we dropped. Mine was already up my nose. So we pulled over, and we got home, and we pulled out the seats, pulled them out, unscrewed them.
Unscrewed it. Completely unscrewed it and took the whole entire seat out and part of the carpet, and that motherfucker was just gone. It fell into the nothingness.
And just so you know, I didn't get it. Like, I didn't take it. It really went into there. Okay.
It fell, and it like, I was like, oh, well, I'll have to get it here in just a second, and then it was never found again. Some little fucking ant down there getting high for the rest of its life.
Yeah. That's happened to us before, but we would always find it. You know what I mean? Oh, Lord, that was hot. That was a bad time. And then one time we were driving out to get pills from this guy, and he sold us fake hydros. But they were literally, they were hydros. They were the pills. I don't know. I guess he had made them himself or something, but they looked like them and everything.
Like aspirin gave us a bad headache. And
we took a whole bunch of them at one time because we were in withdrawal. We felt horrible. So we took a whole bunch of them. And it made it 10 times worse. Another story that's pretty funny is when I was going into Dillard's to shoplift a bunch of purses. And that's how I would make extra money, so that way we could go get more pills, is I would go into the Dillard's when we were really hard up, and I would get a bunch of name brand purses and then sell them and stuff. Sell them to my drug dealers, old ladies, that kind of shit. Make some extra money to get pills. Well, I told Neal, I said, if I don't come out in 30 minutes, don't come in after me, okay? Because they got me. They got me, y'all. I went in there, put 6 purses, 3 on each arm, and instead of going out into the main entrance of the mall like I always did, I decided to cut corners and go out the side door of Dillard's. And they locked the door on my ass. See, every other time I would walk out into the big main entrance into the mall and then run and dip right and then go out the mall exit. In Dillard's, they can just the doors. And I fucking was so sick and not feeling good. I wasn't thinking. I just tried to run out that side door, and they busted me. And you know what? They could have taken me to jail and fucking everything, and they didn't. They wrote me a ticket. So lucky, because the police officer couldn't find anyone to come and pick me up to take me to jail. So I finally get let out, and I run out to the truck, and we had just bought a new truck, the Honda Ridgeline. And I ran out, and Neal wasn't out there, so I jumped in the bed of the truck and laid down flat, waiting for him to come out there. Oh, Lord, we were stupid. I'm glad we're sober now. Honestly, we are so grateful to be sober now, because we wasted so many hours getting high, fighting, searching for drugs, and now we get to spend time together and relax and watch our favorite shows together, true crime together. We don't ever fight. When's the last time we had a fight? Really rarely, because we don't really have anything to argue about, you know? We really are, we really do love each other. We really are best friends, you know? You know how some people, they get together and they're just not meant to be, you know? Me and Neal, like, I can lay down and fall asleep with him and I'm completely comfortable, and he can do the same with me. Now, when my husband's depressed, he can't fall asleep like that. His mind won't shut off, and it'll just go and go and go, and little legs will be kicking, and he'll be I can just tell. But he's been such in a good way lately because he's sober. He's got a good job that he enjoys working. He's outside in the fresh air at his job, which is something that's really important because he does really good in nature and stuff. And so it's like our whole lives turned around when we got sober. And it's all because we got sober. It's all because we got sober. And it was hard to get sober, you know. Even though we used medication-assisted treatment in our recovery, it was still really hard. And my husband will tell you he struggled with other substances after getting sober from all drugs, you know. If he hadn't struggled with relapse, it probably would have been me. It just so happened that he relapsed, so I didn't relapse. You know what I'm saying? But if he hadn't relapsed, I probably would have relapsed. One of us would have done it, you know, I feel like. And so now we just keep on the straight and narrow, and we realize that we don't want our little boy to see us ever. We don't want Nate to see us like that. That's the main focus of recovery now, is making sure that Nathaniel has everything a kid could want and need and more. And be happy and stable and have a good life, you know? We lived our lives. That's how I think about it. I think about it as in, we lived our lives, we had our parties, we kicked it, we did all that, right? Now we are adults, and so it's time to get fucking real, you know? Oh, I snorted. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, girl. We were in our active addiction. We're 40 years old. My husband's 45 and I'm 41. We both didn't get sober until we were in our 30s. You know, it was your addiction was longer than mine. Neal's was over 20 years. I got started using drugs when I was 17 and didn't get sober until I was 31. And had my son taken away from me. So I understand. That's why I moved out of Hot Springs, because my friend Matt Burton, he's in the hospital with liver failure.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. That's pretty much the way it was going to go with him.
Yep, I just told his wife
and like he wouldn't be able to do a liver transplant because he's been alcoholic.
He won't stop. He stopped drinking now, and she called me today. I was literally just talking about him 2 days ago. And she called me to tell me that he's in liver failure and that he's lost 40 pounds. And I told her that we're going to be down there this Sunday because, you know, it's my sister's birthday. We're going to be there at Mom and Dad's house, just so you know, for to tell you that. We got to go to my mom's house Sunday. So I figured we'll go by the hospital to see him if he's up to having company. She said that he can't even eat. They have to have him on a liquid diet. My friend is in liver failure because he's an alcoholic, like a really bad alcoholic. And he's been drinking alcoholically since we were like 17 years old. And Neal was right. I was just telling Neal about how he's going to die. You know, and he's dying. He's in the hospital because he's having his liver's going out. It's so sad, you guys. Because this guy is like, and you know what? I was talking to his girlfriend today. I think it's his girlfriend. She was like, he feels like when he drinks, he's more funny and people like him. And I was like, I know exactly how he feels because I was the same way. I used drugs and alcohol because it gave me confidence. It made me feel like people enjoyed having me around. It made me feel like I was prettier, skinnier, funnier, sexier, everything. Until it stopped. Until it didn't do that anymore. And I realized that I was basically just ruining my life. You know? And so that's what it does. I feel like that's what drugs and alcohol do for everybody at the beginning.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We all feel like it makes us better, more fun. You know, but then it turns on us, right, Neal?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Otherwise, we'd still be doing it.
Is that how it made you feel whenever you were using?
Yeah,
it made you feel like you were doing better?
It just kind of depends. I mean, you know, when I first started drinking and using stuff, it was mainly just because it was a new experience and it was something to do. And then when you go out with friends, you could kind of, you know, do whatever you wanted to do.
Right.
Then after a while, it became something that you needed. And if you didn't have it, and that's all you focused on, that was like what you thought about before you got up and did everything in the day. I mean, I would constantly always make sure I had either a half or something from the day before. So when I woke up, I wasn't in like bad withdrawals and then trying to get something done in withdrawal. I would at least start my morning off by, you know, getting a little something in me so I could function.
You were smart. See, my husband was the kind that would save something for the next day. I couldn't do that. I would totally do it all in one day.
Yeah, but I was also like, I mean, I was always working too.
Yeah.
So it was like, and what I would do is I'd do it, I'd go to work, or I would go somewhere first thing early in the morning and catch some of the people that I would know to get something for the rest of the day. And it would always, you know, it would just perpetuate itself over and over again.
What was the deciding factor of why you decided to get sober?
Well, I mean, family and you guys, and also that it just was not, I didn't feel good anymore using. Like, I felt guilty, and I wasn't ever really like just getting completely high anymore. It was just like I was trying to maintain, and then I also had to keep a job, and I could never keep a job because I'd be getting sick, and then my mental stability and everything fell to the wayside. And it's just all fucked. I mean,
I finally got sober because I got my son taken away from me, which is basically I got Nathaniel taken away from us, and Neal got me and Nathaniel taken away from him. Because when Nathaniel got taken away from me, I went straight into rehab. So my husband was left here at the house, at the old house, all by himself. And so he basically got me, his wife, and his son taken from him. And so it was either stay out here and get high. And when I got out of treatment and I found out he was still using, I would have been like, see ya, and ran off and told him to fuck off. Because I told him, I'm going into treatment, I'm getting sober. You got to do it too, or I'm not going to be able to be with you. And then he wrote me while I was in there and let me know, like, I'm getting sober too. We're doing it together. And so then they grounded us and made it to our work where I couldn't talk to him anymore because he got caught bringing Xanax to me up there. But y'all gotta understand, we were going to court dates like every other day. It was really stressful. And so our codependent relationship, he wanted to help me feel better, so he brought me Xanax up there. Of course, I demanded him to do it. And then we got caught. So it was a lot of codependency and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I've gotten, it's 8 years, it's 8 years ago now. In July, I'll have 8 years. And we have been able to really turn our whole lives around, our whole entire lives. So, why did I decide to go off my antidepressants? I didn't decide. It just kind of happened, you guys. I was supposed to go pick my medication up from the pharmacy, and I kept putting it off. And before I knew it, it had been over a week for my Wellbutrin, right? Well, then I said, well, I'm just going to stop taking my Wellbutrin. So I've been off Wellbutrin for like almost a whole month now. It's only been like 5 or 6 days for my Lexapro, so I'm trying to stay positive and say, it's done, I'm done. But just in case, I have another prescription of it at the pharmacy if I need it. But it didn't. I didn't decide. It just happened. And if I had decided and tried to taper, I wouldn't have been able to do it because I get like obsessive over it. You know what I'm saying? And so it just kind of accidentally happened. But like I was telling everybody in the live before, please don't do this, okay? Like I have a really awesome circumstance. I work from home. We just moved into our new place in November, and I'm so happy here, and I've been feeling really happy and positive. And I have a lot of family support. You know, I have like Dr. B. Like Dr. B is my boss. If I needed to call him and I needed medication, like 911 stat, I could call Dr. B and say, hey, I need help. I just need my medications and I fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I have like a really special circumstance that I feel like has really helped me to be able to be in a good position to come off of my medication. Now, why did I decide to just do it? Because I've been not having the benefits anymore. They're not working. Like my Wellbutrin was not doing anything anymore for me. It wasn't giving me energy. It wasn't making me feel better. I just kind of felt like I didn't feel like I was gaining any benefits from it anymore. And I've been on it for over 5 years. So every 5 to 10 years or so, if I'm on a medication, I like have to change it because it stops working. And so I just stopped taking it. And like I said, I feel really, really good. It's been over 2 weeks for the Wellbutrin, so I know I'm out of the woods with that one. With the Lexapro, I'm taking it day by day. And like I said, if I feel like I need to go pick up the prescription at Walmart, at Kroger, I can. But I'm feeling really positive about it because I feel really good. And I'm on my period too, y'all. So I'm on my period and I'm in a good spirits I've been in good spirits since we moved in here, haven't I? Mm-hmm. The only time I'm not in good spirits is if I don't get my proper sleep. And there's a couple times where I wasn't getting proper sleep, and it was because I was staying up late at night and stuff. And that just makes me loopy and stuff like that. So, but as long as I am like getting my proper sleep, I'm doing really good. Oh, good job, Molly. Yeah, like I said, I didn't plan it, and I think that's why I was able to do it, because I wasn't obsessively thinking about not taking it, because it just kind of happened, right? Like, I am the world's worst about picking up prescriptions. My husband has to do it because I will literally not go. Do I not make you go get the medicines every time? Every time I said, will you pick up my medication? So that's what happened. I just kept putting it off, and I never said anything to him about picking it up. And when he went to get his medicine, he didn't ask if I had any medicine up there. So I just kind of put it off. But I'm telling you guys, like, I'm on Suboxone still, and Suboxone makes me feel good with my depression. It makes my depression feel like it's not existent. And a lot of the reasons why, hey, Matt, I saw that you said you were going to text me, but I think that's the last comment I saw from you. What was I saying? Oh gosh. Depression. I was depressed, you guys, because I was living in a house where I wanted to not live anymore. And I had been feeling like that for about 4 years. I had really been on my husband's ass for 4 years about moving out of that house. And it wasn't because he didn't want to move out, or it was just because we weren't in a position to move out financially or anything yet. And I was still complaining, you know? And then his mom finally said, I want to sell my house. And so then we got out. So, see, Suboxone has not affected my teeth or my husband's at all. Show your teeth.
Ching, ching, ching.
He has good teeth, too. We have no problems with our teeth, but we also, go to the dentist and stuff and brush them after we take our medication. We wait like 30 minutes and then brush our teeth. It just affects everybody differently. You know, some people's teeth are affected, I guess, easier because they are more susceptible to the acidity in the medication. But, there's a lot of medications and foods and drinks that we take into our bodies every day that are acidic also. And so I also switch sides when I take my medication. So that way it's not on the same side every time. And that helps too. Oh, I don't take a lot at all. It's like less than a milligram. And now sometimes if I'm having pain, I'll take more than that, like on my period. But I try to stay a lower because I don't want to go back up to, 12 milligrams. But I'm telling you guys, I'll take my little piece of Suboxone over taking multiple antidepressants any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'm even have more of a sex drive. Oh, you know what? That's why I have such a high sex drive, too, because I'm not on any antidepressants. Mm-hmm. I've been chasing my husband down, chasing him around the house trying to get the D. I just realized that, though. That's a lot of what it is that I'm not on antidepressants anymore. And so that really makes me kind of like feel it more, So, pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. But, you know what? Everything in your own time. There's no reason to rush. No reason to rush. Oh, hey guys, let me call you right back, okay? I just got an important phone call. I love y'all.